everyone, it's Sami from Sami's Sweet Life, and today we are pillow chatting. So I was thinking in this video I talk about my top planner contenders for my fitness planner for 2023, but I got really rambly, so I separated that into a separate video. I will link that down below when it goes live. I think I'll put it up tomorrow after this one, but I just got too excited talking planners and totally forgot to check my list of Peloton things. I was already like 10 minutes into the video and I was like, oh, I gotta split this up. So today we're not discussing planners for 2023. We are just discussing full-on fitness.
So, editing Sami here, I forgot to mention a couple of major Peloton news things, and I'm not sure how I feel about them yet. I think I will take a little while to think about it and talk about it more in next week's video, but Daniel McKenna is no longer with Peloton. He is one of the newer instructors, so I was pretty surprised by that news. And also, they ended up laying off 500 employees. So both of things just seem a little bit awkward and strange, and I just haven't formulated my opinions yet on either one. I would love to know in the comments down below what you guys think's going on with both of those things. It just seems like they keep making very strange decisions.
I am this close to being done with the Power Zone Challenge. This one's called Gag Me with a Zone and it's 80s theme. I know the phrase gag me with a spoon. There were a lot of 80s Power Zone classes in it. It was a 6-week challenge. I signed up for the 3 rides a week. I've talked about this in multiple PELOCHAT videos, but it's 2 45-minute classes, a 60-minute class, or in one case it was a 90-minute class, and then the accelerator class if you want to get the bonus and you want to reach platinum level, which is the top tier of every week. You have to do a 30-minute whatever class you want to do. So I am this close to being done because I finished my FTP test today, which we'll talk about in this video, and now I only have the accelerator class left, which means I just have to take any 30-minute class. It doesn't even have to be a ride. It can be a strength class, a yoga class, whatever, just in the Peloton system. But I will just take a ride tomorrow and count that. But yeah, I did the FTP test. I finished the other rides for this week and I'm done with the 6-week challenge. And I really liked this challenge. I feel like it pushed me, it made me a better cyclist, and I really am proud of the progress I made, and I'm proud that I stuck with it, did every ride, did every accelerator ride, and got platinum all 6 weeks except this one, with the exception of this one, which I plan on doing. But I am just proud of myself for getting it done. And I did end up having 2 migraines in the last 6 weeks, which is a very small amount compared to what I have been suffering with. So I'm on new medication, we're dealing with hormone issues, and yeah, things are looking up and migraines are getting better. And I'm just really happy that I took this 6 weeks and did this challenge, and I want to keep going with it. So these challenges are not constant. There is a break that's like a month long, and then the new one starts November 7th. So if you are interested in Power Zone riding, definitely get in on this challenge, because if you don't sign up before the cutoff, you can't participate. You can't check off your rides and join a team and all that stuff. You'll just have to do it on your own time. You will be able to see whatever rides everyone else is doing, but it's not the same. It's the same as being on a team and having people encourage you and being able to see other people doing their rides. It definitely motivates me when I see people posting their rides and their little graph things. I love being able to see that, and it motivates me to keep going with it. So I definitely encourage you to join it if you're interested. I did join it and I did sign up for the 3 rides again. So I really have to figure out a way to incorporate other things in with it, because yeah, all I did for 6 straight weeks is basically just cycling. Even on my non-Power Zone days, I still just cycled. I still did 30-minute classes most other days. And then I took a rest day here and there. One of my migraines this month, I don't remember what the other one was, but the most recent one happened almost exactly right after I did an arms, just a 10-minute arms and light weights. And I suspected early on, I had talked about this in other videos, but I suspected that any sort of arm and neck strain type of deal was setting me off, and it totally was that. I did the arm and light weights, and then within just a little while I ended up getting a migraine. So I'm not doing any arms things right now until we get hormones and things under control. And yeah, it's just not pretty, but I definitely want to incorporate other exercise, not just cycling, so I can keep building strength, doing some body recomp. So I've got to be just really freaking careful when I'm doing arm stuff. And it was an arms and light weights thing, just 10 minutes. I did feel like it was a lot of work, but I didn't feel like I was straining. I didn't feel like I was stressing. I didn't feel like I was pulling anything too much. And I was really just shocked I got sick right after that. So I have to just be super careful with what I incorporate back in. I'm a little nervous about going back to mom's group because I've taken a 6-week break because of the Power Zone exercising. But yeah, I'm a little nervous to go back because I don't want to make the migraines come back, make them worse, or trigger one. And I totally think it had to do with pushing that morning. Now I'm flipping to my notes page so we can get into notes, but that was like the main noteworthy thing is Power Zone is basically almost done. I just have to take a 30-minute class in the next little bit of time, and I definitely plan on doing that. So yeah, Power Zone, fun, love it. Sign up for it if you want to. It's just really good. So one thing going along with that is basically I've been doing 5 a.m. workouts most days. Sometimes I will have like a live ride I want to go to, so I'll just wake up a little bit later than that and skip that morning workout and then do whatever live ride it is. But for the most part, I've been getting up at 5 a.m. It's feeling a little more normal, and I really enjoy just getting the ride done in the beginning of the day, feeling awesome. It just gives you those happy-go-lucky feelings. All the endorphins are flowing, and I feel accomplished, just knocking something off of my list. And I'm swinging the pen around again. Sorry about that. I get really excited and start flailing the pen. But yeah, AM workouts, totally my jam. I really just don't like especially doing evening workouts as much. It just doesn't work as good. Again, because of all the hormone lady problem, migraine problems, I am on a new med, and it's just to try to regulate hormones before I have just a very minor procedure. I'll talk all about it at some point. And so this medicine can give me weight gain, it can affect my mood. It's hormone related stuff. So I've definitely noticed my mood is a little bit lower, and I definitely have noticed the scale has not budged since my finally breaking the plateau. Now I feel like I'm plateauing again, just a little bit lower of a plateau. But yeah, that's definitely something. Thankfully, it hasn't like upped my appetite or anything, but I definitely see it affecting my moodiness. Oh, also, I have on here, I will be doing the home gym tour. I already have filmed it. I just have to edit it. And I thought about it. I mentioned it like a week or two back that I'm like, oh, I finally filmed this home gym thing. Totally haven't edited it yet. I need to get on that and get it done. And then I will have that home gym tour for you guys, hopefully next week. Don't quote me on it, but hopefully I'll have that for you guys next week. I really am happy with how the home gym is. I want to add more things to it, obviously, but we're slowly but surely turning it into like the dream home gym. It just takes a while because gym stuff is super expensive. It's coming together, it's just very, very slow. Oh, so one of my rides this week, I was rage riding, and it might have even been into last week too, because the Try Guys cheating scandal, WTF, I am so heated. Like, I am a mother of 2 who's been with my spouse for over a decade. Like, gosh, at this point, we've been together over half of our lives, and I'm just so sickened by the whole thing. And like, for him to be out in public, just ruining his whole dang life, it's just disgusting. And I feel so bad for his wife, and I rage rode. I was just so heated and angry for a couple of days. Just the thought of somebody being so disrespectful, and even his apology thing, I'm just like, oh, gag me with the zone. The Power Zone challenge. Consensual workplace relationship does not sound like you're apologetic for your wife. Like, sorry, that's a big F you to your wife, who you claim in this little thing, like, I lost my priorities, I didn't have my priorities straight, I'm super apologetic to my wife. Okay, if you're justifying it like that, my consensual workplace relationship, yeah, you do not respect your wife. And it's disgusting that, like, I don't care what's going on in their marriage, I know stuff happens in marriages, to just blatantly disrespect your wife that much, like, I just don't get it. And I know people cheat, and I know people recover from cheating. It's just one of those things where I'm just like, I'm so disgusted in humanity in general. And this has brought out a lot of people saying, like, a lot of people cheat. Like, affairs are a big common thing. As far as like mental health people and counselors and therapists and stuff, they're like, you wouldn't believe how many people cheat. And I'm like, why? Why? But anyway, I was super heated about the whole thing. I wanted to mention it in this video. I'm so disgusted, and I feel so bad for the other 3 Try Guys. I feel bad for the wife. I feel bad for that lady's fiance, because they had been together over 10 years. It's just all around bad. I blame him more than I blame her, but I also blame her too, because she knew that he was married. I totally understand if you are a single person and you're trying to meet the person of your dreams and trying to settle down, and you find this guy and you fell head over heels in love with, you don't realize he's married. I can totally see that happening. Like, I wouldn't blame the woman at all for that. That's all the guy. But in this situation, she was friends with the wife. Like, how can you do that? I don't care how much you like somebody. Like, how can you do that to one of your friends? Ugh, it's so sickening. But anyway, we can't keep talking about this. This isn't a video about that, but it only relates in the way that I was heated, took those feelings out on the bike, and then tried to move on from there. And then last thing on the list, I've got two last things. The FTP test. So I did take that this morning. I did a 10-minute FTP warm-up, the 20-minute FTP, which if you don't know what that is, it's just like the go all out for 20 minutes and you find your zone numbers. At the end, it shoots out an output number, and that's what your whole zone chart is based on. That 1 through 7 thing that I keep talking about in these power zone videos. So I have that bar up on the screen because I did an FTP test. I want to say it was many months ago that I took the actual FTP thing before. Oh yeah, I took it in April. So I took it just to find my power zone bar. I think I had taken the first power zone program, like Discover Your Power Zones. I think that's the one I took. And you take the FTP test for that, and you're supposed to retake it. I never retook it. I just kept my same one. And for that one, my output was 127, and then the one I took today, I ended up improving. I got to 138, so 11 points better, which is a pretty good improvement. Ideally, you would love your FTP test to go up every time when you take it, but it doesn't always happen like that. And the better you get, the less increase you're going to see over time. And sometimes you won't increase, sometimes you'll decrease depending on what's going on. It's just like a one snapshot measurement. But I was kind of disappointed in my FTP test. Like, at the end of it, I was like, okay, I got like 1 minute left. I totally feel like I didn't push hard enough. And I did push hard. I'm not saying I didn't. Like, I did give it some effort, but I feel like I should have given it a little bit more. And I was like, oh man, I'm not going to be up at all. Like, that's what I felt like. I'm like, oh, I botched it. I feel bad about where I was in it. I didn't give it 100% of my efforts. I still had gas left in the tank. That's what they say. You want to go all out for this test and make sure you don't have any gas left in the tank. And I totally had gas left in the tank, and I feel like I could have done better. So when I actually got the number up on the screen and it was up 11 points, I was like, wow, I actually made really good progress. I was thinking I wasn't gonna move at all. So I feel good about that. Next time I will start pushing a little bit harder before near the end. I had like a plan, like the first 10 minutes I was gonna ride but not kill myself. Then the next 5 minutes of that, I was going to ride a little bit harder and then up the resistance for a while and just pedal as a higher resistance in the saddle. And then the last 5 minutes, I was gonna go basically like balls to the wall, all out effort. And that's what I did. And I feel like I should have started that all out effort a little bit sooner because it just, I don't know, I felt like I didn't give it my best shot, and I'm just glad that I went up. For now, I'm happy with where I am with the score, and I'm nervous to see how my power zone graph's gonna change. Like, it changes your whole zones, so we'll see how it goes with that. We're feeling a little bit light, like especially after the end of a 45-minute class. I'm like, you know, that was hard, but I feel like it could have been harder. So I think my zones were not accurate the last few weeks, and now they'll be a little more accurate. And so the last thing on my list is Stella's birthday is coming up, and my mom is going to be here. So we are having my mom here for 2 weeks. We usually eat out a bunch because she likes the Austin restaurants. It's a vacation for her, you know, and that always messes me up. Like, I am really good at sticking with healthier choices, especially at home. It's easy to, you know what's going in your food, so it's much easier to kind of estimate calorie counting and stuff. So this is going to be a really, really big test for my intuitive eating that I've been trying to do for a while. Going out to eat all the time is going to mess me up. It's going to mess me up because that food's going to be way better than the food I cook at home. And so I'm going to try really, really hard to still be very intuitive about it. Don't stuff myself just because the food is good. I can always bring home leftovers if I want to. Like, it's not a big deal, but it's going to be a big test. She's here for 2 weeks. We're going to eat out a bunch during those 2 weeks, I'm sure. And yeah, food is amazing. I love food so much, and I'm just a little bit nervous to undo any progress I've made recently. And I feel like even with my weight not changing, I feel so much better in my clothes. They're fitting a whole lot better. I'm leaning out a little bit more, and I really, really like the progress I've been making and the direction I'm heading. And I do not want this 2 weeks to undo that just by like having all the food and living it up and having the extra desserts and having all the extra things. So I'm gonna have to find the balance. This is a real life test, you know? On vacation, it's gonna be the same thing for us. Like, when we're on vacation, we're eating out. We're not eating our same staple foods. And this is just gonna be a really good test. And I'm a little nervous going into it. I don't wanna make food like good versus bad. So that's part of me like trying to just roll with it. I want foods to be, yeah, foods if I'm gonna indulge in them. Like I don't wanna just waste calories and time and stuff on foods that don't bring me like the ultimate soulful joy. And so I'm gonna be really mindful about how much of things that I eat, and I'm really gonna listen to my body. And it's gonna be harder because the food's super palatable, super calorie dense. So that was my last bit of stuff to talk about. I will give you guys an update hopefully next week. I won't be filming nearly as much when we have family time going on, but I plan on doing one of these next week and filling you guys in on how everything goes. So before we go, since Power Zone Challenge has completely ended, I have like a month. I'm gonna try to do more moms group this next like 4 weeks time before the next Power Zone Challenge comes in, and also just do fun rides. I really like just picking out a fun ride and spending 30 minutes on the bike every morning when I wake up. And those are like my non-Power Zone days right now, but those are gonna be like my pretty much every day moving forward since I'm done with Power Zone Challenge. So anyway, hope you guys liked this update. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.